Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video course we are going to learn complete about lightning web component in the Salesforce. Okay, so before starting this course, let's discuss who should take this course, what is prerequisite, and what are the things we are going to cover in this course. So who can take this course? Anyone who is looking to start their career in the Salesforce developer. For example, let's say you are final year student or you recently graduated and you are planning to start your new career in the Salesforce development. Then this course is best for you because Salesforce is very demanding in this market. Also, if you are a Salesforce developer and you want to learn more about Salesforce Lightning component, then this course will be best for you. Also, if you are a Salesforce admin and you are looking for change in your career from Salesforce admin to Salesforce developer and you know nothing about the development, then don't be worried. We are going to start everything from very beginning. It will be little boring at starting because I'm starting from very basic. So if you are pro or if you are a developer, you can directly move on the coding part. But in this video I'm going to relate from, I'm going to discuss every basic thing which comes in the Salesforce development or any development area. Alright guys, what is the requirement, like prerequisite to take this course? So there is actually no any prerequisite to take this course. You just need a laptop and an internet connection. That's it. You can start this course. And yeah, of course, you should have some eagerness to learn new technology. Trust me guys, we are going to have lots of fun and I'm going to open the code editor and start from very basic. Okay, so what we are going to cover in this course? So as I said, we'll start from very beginning and then we'll start HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and we'll talk complete about the Salesforce Lightning Web component. And we are going to do lots of we are going to create many Lightning Web component and we are going to deploy in the Salesforce. Okay, so without wasting time, let's jump on the course. Okay, so first let's discuss what we do, like what kind of project we may get as a developer. Let's say you are a new developer or you are a developer, you joined our development team. Okay, so what kind of project you may get? So there be many possibility. For example, let's say in your project you joined a team and the team is developing a application from scratch, right? That kind of project you may get. Like there will be some development project where they are starting from from scratch, from beginning. That kind of project you may get. Second possibility may be enhancement. Try to learn this word, enhancement. Enhancement is nothing but adding new feature to existing application. For example, let's say Facebook or any other application like Facebook or Gmail. These applications are already developed, right? So what developers do in that project? They bring new updates, right? They bring new features. For example, let's say currently Facebook does not have dislike button, or YouTube had a dislike button few years back, but they removed or they may add. That is nothing but you are just updating the application, like you are adding new feature, you are removing something, right? So that kind of enhancement kind of project you may get. Second possibility could be modernization of code or code migration. For example, let's say as we know, technology is changing every month, right? For example, previous we were using Salesforce Classic, but now everyone is going toward the Salesforce Lightning. So technology is changing, right? That is nothing but the code modernization, or you can say code migration. we are removing the legacy code, old technology, and we are moving towards the new technology. So this kind of project like modernization or code migration, this is like most of the project nowadays. Like these are like many more projects related to this in this market currently. So this kind of project you may get. Okay. Okay, so next topic is, let's talk about the application. As a developer, your main purpose is to develop something, right? To develop the application. That will be your end goal as a developer. Okay, so try to understand this word. To develop anything, as a developer, to develop anything, you need a programming language, right? Without knowing a programming language, you cannot develop anything at all. Okay, so you should know programming language. This is like compulsory part. Apart from that, you need a framework. Okay, so what is framework? In easy word, very easy word, we can say framework is something which help application process development, which make easy in the application process development. For example, by using the framework, we can develop a skeleton, or we can get a ready-made project, a skeleton of ready-made project. I'll show you in coming video. Just by writing a command, we can get a structure of project. So guys, try to understand, without using framework also we can develop the application just by using the programming language. Okay, we can develop, but it will be little bit tedious task, because we have to write everything from scratch. We have to write the package structure, create all class, everything we have to do manually. But by using framework, we will get a project structure. After that, we use the different language, and we continue application process development. This framework, everything we'll discuss in the future. So you understood, to develop anything you should know the programming language as well as a framework. Framework nothing but it makes our application process easy. Okay, so talking about application has mainly three parts. Currently, try to understand, application has mainly three parts. First is front end, or it is also known as UI, user interface. I'll use this word interchangeably, so don't be confused. Sometime I may use front end or UI. UI is nothing but user interface. So try to learn these words. Front end. Then there is back end, and there is database. So what is front end? Front end or UI, user interface, is nothing but what we see, what users see, that is nothing but the front end. For example, let's see, this is a Facebook login page. So what is UI? UI is nothing but what you can see. You can see here, like there is a login button, blue color login button. There is a link, forget password link. There is like create new, green color create new button. There is some size, there is some boxes, right? There you can see this is written something Facebook in blue color. So this is nothing but front end or UI of a application. Okay, so yeah, UI, you understood what is UI, and the person who developed UI or front end is known as front end developer. You may heard your friend is front end developer, means they develop the UI, that's it. And as I said, to develop anything you should know the programming language plus framework. So to develop front end also you should know programming language plus framework. Okay, so what programming language you should know to develop front end? It's not only the Salesforce front end, it may be any front end like Facebook front end, Google front end, whatever front end you want to. So these are the language you should know. It's like compulsory to develop the front end for any application. Okay, HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, and you should know one framework. As I said, you should know one framework. So there is LWC, Lightning Web Component. This is a framework. If you want to develop the Salesforce UI, then you should know this LWC, Lightning Web Component framework. If we want to develop some other application, like let's say web application, then you can learn either React.js or Angular. These are the famous framework in the market currently. For example, Facebook is built using React.js. Okay, so if you are learning any of these, means you are learning UI development, front end development. Okay, now by discussing this thing, you can say what is LWC. LWC is nothing but a front end or UI framework of Salesforce, right? And to learn the framework, this is compulsory part. You should know the programming language. Without knowing programming language, you cannot learn the framework. And if you know the programming language, learning front end framework will be very easy. Okay, then next part of application is backend. So what is backend? Backend is nothing but, let's say you are providing some username and password and you are clicking some login button. After this, what is happening? There will be one request generated, and that request will take your username and password as a request body, and it will go to backend application. There will be some backend code written. Okay, it will go to that backend. It will try to validate that the username password is correct or not. If it is correct, if it is valid, it will go to database, some Facebook database, and it will try to search that username or password is present in database or not. If it is present, you will see some login page like Facebook page. If it is not present, it will show some error page, right? For example, let's say I'm writing something, some username password. You can see here this is not valid username, because username should be some phone number or something, email, right, at gmail.com or something. So it is not valid, so it will not go to database. If I try to log in, you can see it will throw some error, like we'll send, oh, it's saying something, I don't know how it's taking, because we didn't provided the username and password, but it found something, right? So from where this response is coming? This response is coming from backend. If the username and password is correct, we'll see the login. So since it is not present, then it is means you cannot see the means if it is valid, you can see the login page. So that is nothing but because of the backend code. Apart from that, let's say the database. Okay, we understood what is backend. So as I said, to develop anything, you should know programming language and framework. Similarly, to develop the backend also, you should know the programming language plus a framework. So what are the backend programming language? Java, Python, Apex. If you are trying to build the backend for Salesforce, you should know Apex. If you are trying to learn, if you are trying to develop the backend for, develop the backend for web application, you should know, Java. So these are the backend programming language. Apart from that, the person who developed backend is backend developer. So if you are planning your career in the backend development, then you can learn any of this language. Also guys, try to understand, if one of your friend is learning Java, means he or she should understand they are learning backend code, right? Backend development. They are planning to start their career in the backend. So before learning any technology, first try to relate what you are going to, which part of application you are going to develop. Okay, so this is all about the backend. After that, database. Database is nothing but the place, in simple word we can say, the place where the data stored. For example, let's say you created a user, you created new account for Facebook. So your username and password, it should store somewhere, right? You uploaded some photo in Instagram, or you created some post, so it should store somewhere, right? That place is nothing but the database. And guys, there are like mainly two type of database: SQL database and NoSQL database. In Salesforce also there are some database. We are going to like SL, SOQL query. We'll learn that thing also in this course. I'll include. But on the example for MySQL SQL database is MySQL, and example for NoSQL database is MongoDB. Okay, and after that, if a person who is developing both front end, back end, and database are known as full stack developer. For example, if you are a Salesforce developer, means you are a full stack developer, because if you are Salesforce developer, you have to create some Apex trigger, which is nothing but the backend part. You will also write the queries like SOSL, SOQL queries. You also work with LWC, means to design the front end. So you will be the full stack developer. Okay, so the person who developed backend, front end, UI are like full stack developer. So this is the starting video, and here we discuss some terms. Okay, and so as I said, like to learn the framework, any framework like LWC for Salesforce, Angular, React for web application, these programming language you should know, right? So in this course we are going to start from learning HTML. We'll discuss HTML from very beginning. Trust me, you'll understand. Then we'll start the CSS, then we start the JavaScript. If we after we get the confident with these languages, then learning Lightning Web Component will be very easy. Okay, so first we learn these things from next video, and then we'll jump to LWC. So guys, let's see in next video. I'm going to start the HTML. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video. Thank you.